My favorite animal to hunt. Big, mature, dominant white-tailed bucks.
DBD, baby, dominant buck down.
Bow hunting is super exciting. Just up close and personal. Everything's got to be just right.
This is what we're after. Big dominant bucks just like this.
What a great buck.
Our first buck harvest filming solo cam style, and what a rush it was.
They are the smartest, most adaptable, big game animal in North America.
Yes, give me a second. What?
When I'm talking about sign and where to hang a tree stand,
Gosh darn it.
probably the most important piece of sign that I like to find when I'm scouting is big rubs, period, because it means big bucks to me. Multiple big rubs in a line, a big rub line.
Watch him, watch him. Watch him. He's gonna go down right there, guaranteed. First time in, first morning. He's a big, tall, narrow
Rubs
buck, big mature.
on the size of the trees as big as your arm to bigger than your leg, and several in one area where you can stand at one and see 4 or 5 of them for several hundred yards down through the timber.
He ripped off like almost a quarter of the tree. See that?
When I find that type of sign right there, I'm looking for a tree to get in.
You got him.
That deer can be out there walking around in that timber. He can go by 2,000 trees today. If he don't walk by your tree, you're not gonna get a shot.
I personally like to pick a tree that's not right on the edge. It's off the edge about 5 or 6 yards, and it keeps me hidden basically in the forest behind me. So when a buck looks up, if he happens to skyline me, I've got a lot of trees and stuff behind me that prohibits him from really noticing me and my camera equipment.
All right, well, this is what I look for right here. We got a nice set-aside field with a lot of new growth in here. Got a nice big tree line right here. Lots of places for a tree stand. This is a perfect spot to find a big buck bedded up in this grass. Now, I do a lot of hunting in Iowa, but you can find spots like this all over the country. These secluded grown-up fields are great spots for a big buck to hide. Also, if you can find a spot like this, you might catch a big buck. It's got a doe bedded down, trying to fend off younger bucks.
Yesterday afternoon, we were on the other side of the river bottom, straight across, in a pinch over there in those big trees, the other side of the switchgrass field. But this afternoon, the wind has shifted out of the north, and we're gonna come on the south side. We drop in right here into these cedars just over the hill, about halfway down. The stand's not 8 feet off the ground. Get in, it's brushed in real good right there, and hopefully we'll come right into the Milo again, right down below us.
So let's say that you're hunting a 200-acre or a 250-acre farm. You cannot overlook. You might be driving down the farm lane to go to this big field because you think in your mind that all the way back is going to be the best. But don't overlook the little barn out by the road that has the thicket against it. The big bucks have adapted to people, and I sometimes say the bigger the houses, the bigger the bucks too. So don't overlook anything when it comes to a big mature buck.
You're looking for bedding areas like this right here. Good bedding areas with trails leading to and from a food source, like this alfalfa field here, or that big cornfield across. Bedding area right over here, dominant bucks love to bed in that tall switchgrass. You break it all down, you look at your aerial photo, and you pinpoint each and every potential tree stand location.
Giant 8, look at the tines on that thing.
For the pros of dominant bucks, Finding the perfect tree is the essence of success. Locating what most hunters refer to as the kill tree requires a methodical approach that's best explained with this graphic. Top hunters break down states into counties, then counties into townships. Township maps are then carefully scrutinized for land features that are conducive to big buck sanctuaries. Using a color-coded system, we can highlight the long-running barrier features and habitat changes. Areas where color intersects are target areas and prime deer habitat, which must be inspected further. When Matthew's Dominant Bucks returns, we go in-depth on picking the perfect tree.
This portion of Matthew's Dominant Bucks is presented by Heumann Extendable Tree Saw, the Shooting Lane Saw.
I'm Mark Beck. Hunt hard and dominate the woods.
Oh my God, what a giant Ohio whitetail.
I'm Stan Potts, and this is Dominant Bucks.
Look at that right there. Big, giant, non-typical.
Identifying edges, land barriers, and secluded habitat is the first step to locating big bucks. By color-coding township maps, highlighting railroads, interstate highways, creeks, and rivers, hunters can begin to narrow down possible dominant buck hotspots. These natural and man-made barriers create isolated habitats and funnel both resident and transient bucks. Once target areas are located, the next step is scouting. The perfect tree is a location that allows easy access, is downwind of the travelway, hides the hunter, and is within bow range of an area that bucks naturally travel.
I normally concentrate on two different things. I will either try and find a big farm or a farm that gets no hunting pressure, and I guarantee you there will be a good buck in there. My other idea is to get in these urban areas where you can bow hunt and they're kind of out of the way places. I've got a little 29-acre tract in Illinois that is surrounded by houses. There's a road, you can see cars going by it, and it is a sanctuary. Every year that I hunt it, there's a big dominant buck in there, and it's funny how when you shoot one out of there, the next year another buck comes in there and he finds it.
Got him. Killed him. I got him.
I didn't get the shot. I couldn't. He walked in quick, and filming it by myself, dominant buck, solo cam, Boone and Crockett buck, got real good footage of him out there. He came right in fast, and I did the best I could with the camera, but didn't get the kill shot. But man, he walked right in, and this is the same 29 acres that I killed the big non-typical on last year. The year before that, I killed a Pope and Young 135-incher, and man, this is unbelievable. 2 years in a row, two great bucks.
I may have 2 or 3 tree stands within 50 or 60 yards of one another for different winds. I may have one for a wind with anything south in it, like a southeast, south, or southwest. And then just right across from it, like right across the pinch point or the funnel, I'll have a stand for any north wind, north, northeast, or northwest. And then sometimes I have tree stand locations in there for something out of the east, because we get more east winds than what people think we do.
One thing when you're scouting is when you find a major highway like this, don't be afraid of it. The deer live here, they're used to it. They can actually use it to protect their backside, keeping the wind in their face. They feel comfortable. It allows you to slip in, slip out without being detected. And it's, to me, is a very good spot to find a big dominant buck. Nice deer.
Scout Look allows you to be able to go online and chart where all of your stand locations are. There's a feature on there called Scent Cone, which you can tap on that app and it will tell you the wind direction of virtually all of the stand locations that you have. That being said, if you have to get down out of the stand for a poor wind, you can instantly know what your wind direction is for whatever other stand that you might have so that you can relocate yourself immediately.
It's the last few days of October, year 2013. We're hunting southeast Kansas. Last time into this stand, I saw 3 shooters. I had one come broadside underneath me, but it was too dark to shoot. There's acorns falling all in here. This is a transition area between 2 bedding areas. They're not really running this yet, although there's scrapes up and down this tree line.
When it comes to filming your own hunts, you're going to have to realize that it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of dedication. It's not just, if you're wanting to be successful filming, it can't be just, I take my camera to the tree stand today, I don't do it tomorrow. You've got to be dedicated, and it's no different than being a successful bow hunter, period. In order to be a successful, to film your own hunts, you have to be dedicated, just as dedicated, if not more so, to that.
In my opinion, the Solo Cam Pro that goes out with his own equipment, with nobody with him, and films his own hunt and shoots a big dominant buck on camera, bow hunting, big whitetails, it's the #1 toughest thing to do.
Okay, there's good sight on the arrow. We're gonna slip on down in here.
There he is. Oh, he's a dandy. He is a stud.
The helium let the air out of this Pope and Young 8-point. He's got 35 inches of mass. He walks in buck, huge body. I'm hunting right here in this travelway that I was anticipating was going to be the thing come mid-November. The wind was marginal, but they've been coming out in the corn. Oh my goodness gracious.
This portion of Matthew's Dominant Bucks is presented by Polaris, hardest working, smoothest riding.
This Dominant Bucks Flashback is presented by Scout Look Weather's free mobile phone apps, enabling you to hunt smart.
The Flyer 10, #1 on my hit list. All summer long, I just dreamt about slipping in there first couple nights this season, and sometimes you just get lucky.
Get on him right now.
Yeah! Yes, that's a stud. Here he is, big western Wisconsin buck. This is a Flyer 10. This thing just wore my cutty back out this summer. I mean,
sometimes, you know, I don't even put the set where I really want to because I know I'm going to trash or leave a lot of scent going in there. So sometimes it means we may have to back off. We may have to get in a less desirable set to be able to leave and enter this area undetected.
Going to and from your deer stand, you have to, the wind is the most crucial thing. You have to have your path getting into your tree where you will least disturb your deer.
One thing you might want to try on your entrance and your exit is clean it out. I mean, snip these limbs and brush you a trail in the leaves.
We hunt a lot of big timber, and sometimes your stand is maybe as far as 200 yards into the timber. And especially when the leaves fall, you sound like an elephant walking through there. So early in the year, we'll take a leaf rake and we'll rake a path all the way to the tree stand.
Entry and exit to your stand is key when you're chasing mature dominant bucks. I like to use these low creek beds as an entry and exit for my stand. It keeps me well hid, and it's a great advantage for you to capitalize on a big dominant buck.
It's the afternoon of January 5th. It's about 12:30. I got in here early. Scout Look had said the deer movement was going to start early. The major deer movement was from 1 to, I think, about 3:30 or 4. We're going to hunt till dark. People think hunting suburban whitetails is easy. That's not, especially when you only got 4 or 5 acres to hunt. It's hard to pattern them. All you can kind of hope for is that they hit the food source that's in your small area, or you get one cruising by looking for a doe or late season like this looking for a food source.
Filming my own hunts is something that I enjoy. Me being by myself allows me to have less scent in the woods. It's less movement, it's less noise. It's less chance for me to get picked off by that buck and to be able to seal the deal when he comes in bow range.
He is a brute, man. Big, heavy, dark horns. Had 2 small bucks come in. Quarter and away shot. Perfect, baby. That's why I shoot a Matthews. That is exactly why I shoot a Matthews. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
I'm Joel Snow, and this is Dominant Bucks. Rob Scott, Buckhorn Outfitters, Greene County, Illinois.
When you set up a tree stand for a northwest wind, let's say, that buck coming through there on a northwest wind has to think that he's got the wind to his advantage. Now think about this for a minute.
Yes, that didn't take long.
You set that tree stand up to where he thinks he's getting it, but he's not quite getting it. And what I mean by that is you've got a river or a creek right behind you. You're almost right on the bank. And the creek is running east and west, and you have a northwest wind, and that buck's coming right along right here. And he's almost got to be walking in the water to get you. He's getting that northwest wind, and he's wind checking everything to his left, but he's not going to get you because he thinks he's got it, but he doesn't have it. And once you learn how to do that, you will be more successful.
Solo Cam Pro Jason Sebo has used his Scout Look weather app to hunt a late season moontime in central Georgia. It's early January, and this mature mainframe 10-pointer has followed 2 younger bucks into bow range. Videotaping his own hunt, Sebo captures the buck's approach and kill shot from 2 angles, a point of view GoPro set up behind him, and a Canon high-definition video camera.
Shot the deer about 4:45, quarter till, and gave him about an hour. As you can see, it's already dark. My dad was close by, so I decided to give him a call. He's gonna run camera for me while we go recover this big deer. Well, this is right where the deer was standing. Here's my arrow. That's a gold tip, tipped with a muzzy trocar, buried about 4 inches into the ground. Complete pass-through. Got good blood here, good blood here, here, right here, coming right up this way. Look at this. He snapped his rack off, clean off. This must be where I saw him fall. Let's just keep at him, see if we can't find him. I was looking for blood to see where he last went, and look underneath this bush right here. Here's the second one. There's his left side. Just an absolute great deer. There he is, right there. Well, we finally recovered this deer, and he came in at about 15, 20 yards, quartering away. Hit him with a muzzy trocar. Ran about 60, 70 yards piled up. Unfortunately, this time of the year, their horns begin to break off the pedestals, and that's exactly what happened when we recovered him. He must have ran to a couple trees while he was piling up, but luckily we found the deer and we found both sides. Some people say southern states don't grow dominant bucks, this is a dominant buck.
Each time you go in the woods, you should always carry your camera with you, because you never know when that buck of a lifetime that you've been chasing is going to come by, and you're going to have the opportunity to take him with your bow and catch it all on film and send it in to Matthew's Dominant Bucks and have a chance to be a solo cam pro and be sitting where I'm sitting right now.
If it's the right tree, what I call the killing tree, and you can only get 12 or 14 feet, then that's where you better be. It's more about being in the right tree to kill these big mature bucks than it is just walking through the woods, picking a perfect tree that you can get 20 or 25 feet in. It's all about being in the exact right spot.